which will be elect lady. You know, and so I'm going to walk through all of that real quick. So we all have different roles but one purpose. And our super friends, number one, should be Jesus. Your first point of contact should be Jesus Christ, hands down.
Amen.
So whenever something happens in your life, your first point of contact should be Jesus. Not, you know, not calling pastor, not calling sister or brother such and such. Your first point of contact is Jesus. This is what's going on. Your next point of contact are your angels. A lot of us don't understand the purpose of angels. A lot of us don't even acknowledge our angels. We don't understand, you know, God, why are they here? What is their purpose? We hear about it and we know of them, but we don't know what their purpose is, so we don't gain that access. And then you have your pastor. And then after your pastor, you have the saints and the leaders. What we're going to walk through first is looking at the purpose and the role of Jesus in our life as being our first line of defense and our first super friend. Should be your ultimate friend. Verse 1 says, "And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom." So we know that Jesus has wisdom and understanding, and the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. So understand, if anything happens, really, Jesus is enough. He's enough already. You have wisdom, understanding, counsel, might, knowledge, and the fear of the Lord, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. So understand that sometimes when you're reading the word, you're reading the characteristics of Christ and the characteristics of God. You have to see yourself. You have to see yourself. We should be walking in those characteristics. So understanding that in all things, whatever you do, you should be trying to gain wisdom and understanding. You should be trying to counsel and walk in the spirit of might and knowledge, and also walk in the fear of the Lord. That's right. And understand that he didn't judge after his eyes. And so we can't get in the habit of judging people off what we see, or judging a matter based off what we see, but you try the Spirit by the Spirit, meaning we need to pray and ask God for understanding of what's going on before we judge something. And not always rebuking somebody or going at or after someone just based on what we hear.
Come on.
Because a lot of times, you know how many times we've engaged or dealt with things in our life just based on what somebody told us without having facts behind it? Because we figure, oh, well, you know, that's prophet such, that's prophet such. Well, pastor said it, and my mama said it, and daddy said it, and grandma ATM said it. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It doesn't. We need to judge every matter for ourselves. We should know and study this word even for ourselves. I don't care what I say. Take those scriptures, go back, read it, pray over it, and make sure that what I gave you was legit. And that it was revelation and not develation. There is no harm in doing that. There's no harm in doing that. He says, study to show yourself approved unto God, not unto man.
That's right.
He says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right.
I'm going to Philippians. It's going to be a lot of, you know, if you can walk with me, please do. A lot of us don't study this much throughout the week anyway. So, let's follow. Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God." Once again, going back to Isaiah, it says that God had wisdom and knowledge and counsel. He walked in the fear of the Lord. That's the mindset that we need to have.
Yes.
We need to do whatever we have to do to walk in the mindset of wisdom and counsel. Not being so quick to judge a matter based off what we hear, or judge something based off what we see, but going to God first so that we can get understanding about whatever the matter may be. 1 Timothy. And if I move a little fast, forgive me, but I'm trying to give you all of this as much as I can. And we're still talking about Jesus. We're still talking about that first super friend, Jesus, and where we fit in that role. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications,